So
Where was it?
There was some promotion that you did around it. Unique things you did. You played high school proms prior to the release.
No, not proms.
Well, it said, this is your Wikipedia. I'm telling you, you need to go in there and check this then.
No, we didn't play proms, but we played high school.
They were anti-bullying campaign, and you kind of put these things together
Yes.
because you wanted to check them out live. So I think maybe that's what it's implying.
That's true.
You did a free show in Moscow.
Yeah, but the record was out by then.
Okay. But again, promo stuff.
Played in Red Square.
Yeah.
Wild.
And it marked about 200,000 people, I think. It's
crazy. It was like, we'd never been to Russia or Moscow, and we played in the Red Square. There's a Kremlin behind me. I was like, holy shit. It was wild.
Yeah, I bet.
It was an MTV thing. Yeah,
right.
And it was free. So like,
right.
Russia, you have to remember, 1999, like the Western music was not in Russia, and our records were bootlegged, and, but the kids were just going fucking bananas.
How did they must have jumped through some crazy hoops to get you guys to do that. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, because it wasn't, like I said, I don't know that too many bands rock bands had played there.
Right.
I think there was some heavy metal thing that happened.
Bon Jovi, don't you remember the Airplane?
They
were
of those.
all on it in the 80s.
Yeah, like Ozzy and Def Leppard or somebody, I don't know. But we played, and there was there's a popular, at the time there was, if I think my memory serves me right, there was a band that made it somehow on MTV here that was called Gorky Park. Does that ring a bell?
I kind of remember that.
I think they were just then they were a Russian rock band.
And there was a movie also.
Was there? Okay.
I mean.
Anyway, they played, I don't know who else played, and it was raining, and the it was, like I say, it was in Red Square, and the Russian fucking police, whatever they're called, they had these Darth Vader looking helmets and big, and it was a giant crowd, and whenever they felt that the crowd was getting a little too boisterous, they were on the side, and they would form this huge human wedge with their shields and their thing, and just run through the crowds, and then people are flying everywhere, and I'm like, what the fuck? It was crazy. Oh, it was a police state, 99, and it was, I was just like, wow.
Your view of that must have been bananas.
It was.
Oh,
the whole thing was bananas, but it was fun to go there,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You guys also played the Windows on the World in the North Tower.
Yeah, in October. I think it was right on my birthday. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Wild. Very top of the World Trade Center. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, we did that. We did. Yeah, they wanted. We had new management, and we did the promotion thing and played gigs, and the school thing was fun. They were small shows, and the record was done, but it wasn't out yet. So it was promotional stuff, which you play a little bit before and.
No, I love that you did that.
About it. Yeah, and we hadn't played with John forever. The first gig we did with him was the RFK. What was the thing? Sorry, the Beastie Boys were behind the
Tibetan Freedom.
Thank
concert?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, and
a small show.
Well, we played we played in the what's the club in Washington D.C.
930.
930 Club, thank you. We did that. And then the next night, we were playing the first night. There was 2 nights. And then a huge storm. It was a lightning
strike.
She hit a girl.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they shut down the show, so we didn't get to play. So the next day, there was all these bands that didn't get played. And we were like, God, we came all the way here. We really love to play. And there was some politics around certain things, and our friends from Pearl Jam, who we took on their very first tour in 1991.
I may have seen that tour.
You're too young, and because she just turned 21 today.
Totally.
So when you were in your diapers, you saw that tour. Anyway,
yeah.
They've been our friends forever, obviously. So they were playing that day, and they were like, they said, we'll just play half a set and you guys can play on our gear and have another. Isn't that
what?
Nice? Yeah. So we played on Pearl Jam stuff with John. We played like 3 or 4 songs. I can't remember what it was. But on this record, on the inside sleeve, I don't know if it's in there, there's a picture of us all hugging, and you probably could see let's look it up.
It's in here.
There's like a Pearl Jam road case on the side. That's the one. And that's the RFK show before we went on. That's right before we went on.
Oh, yeah. I think this is, it must be yes. Their logo's upside down. And it says Pearl Jam on the
We're
cases.
forever thankful to the Pearl Jam guys.
That is so wild. I would have never, ever seen that unless you pointed it out.
That's our friend Tony who's shot us forever. And usually and still to this day, we hold hands and we just before we go on, we just positive energy and somebody will say something and whether it's funny or not but this was kind of a big deal and we just spontaneously just hugged and then we went out, and so that was the beginning of that. Yeah.
I love the generosity of bands. Sometimes you don't
Not
see
all.
it, not all. And so when
are-
I hear that, it makes me really happy because, that stuff just pays forward when you are generous. Let's talk about the artwork. Because you're a painter. I mean, you are an artist outside of drumming.
That I had nothing to do with that cover. I don't know where that concept came from. I got to think it was maybe Anthony and/or Flea, but at that point, I don't know whose idea the fire.
I'm kind of like heaven. I'm like heaven and hell on this thing, but maybe I'm reading too much into it. I also did not realize.
That's the great thing about art and coverage.
Right.
What one person's heaven is another person's hell.
Along with playing songs off
That
this
looks
album,
like a hot pool, though.
along with playing songs off this album for over 2 decades, I didn't realize until I got it on vinyl just the other day that this is like a frog statue.
Is that what it is?
I think it is. It's like a toad.
Yeah.
I don't know
What's
why
the
I had
significance? What's the significance of the toad in the picture?
No.
No.
Chad, you're supposed to bring these secrets to me. Reveal this stuff. Tell me this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anything?
That's cool. It's just bold,
It's really
I mean, it
pretty.
goes- yeah, it's striking, and it's yeah. I mean, yeah, this is back when people looked at art.
All right. As a drummer, what's your favorite song off this album to play live?
I think the funkiest song on this. Oh, so there was another B-side called Overfunk, which was I don't know what.
That's
single.
a lot of funk.
It's a lot. Hey, Spinal Tap. No, it's Overfunk, and that one didn't make the record. That one, but that's really was a really cool song that I loved. But there's 15 songs. We probably recorded at least 20, 22, 23 songs.
But when you're
Strongly
sitting behind
Overfunk.
the kit and you are
What-
like
what-
the
I
lights
mean,
and the pyro and the audience,
We don't
and it's like,
we don't do the pyro.
well, you did maybe once.
Well,
Did I
we
see
had
it?
pyro from our heads.
Oh,
We
I
had
saw that
flaming
show.
helmet.
Woodstock
So then-
94.
Huh?
Was it Woodstock 94?
We might have. We had light bulbs.
I remember the light bulbs.
We
but
started off with light bulbs and maybe ended with the fire. I don't know. We used to
maybe
do
it
for
was Weenie Roast. It
Lollapalooza.
may have
In
been Weenie Roast.
Lollapalooza,
Right.
a long time ago,
Yeah.
that was our fire helmet time. Yeah.
I forgot about the light bulbs.
The light. Oh my god. Again, another Spinal Tap moment. Poor Dave Navarro, his first gig with us, in front of Woodstock.
He's
We're
probably
like
like,
backstage. We never tried him on. I don't know. It's like a heart. We looked like
they were massive. Like I
They-
could
they
see
were-
them from where I was.
they're really big and heavy, and then we had I think we had like shiny. We looked like baked potatoes on acid. Yeah, yeah, and I just see. I don't have to. I'm sitting, but those poor guys.
I always wondered that because
it was just we were into the preposterous ridiculousness of a lot of shit back then. I say live. We do, we play Right on Time to this day. We used to play Purple Stain a lot. We never did. We did Glove. Dirt we play a lot. Californication, Get on Top. We used to not so much. Other Side is a classic. Scar Tissue, Parallel, Around the World. Like you say, there's a lot of songs that still
That you love
are in
playing.
our set list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the easiest
Parallel's
question.
fun to play. That's kind of like a rocker, and you know, in the chorus, and then there's a nice outro solo. That's fun. Around the World is great. Sometimes we open with it, and that's exciting. You know, people are
The big
excited about
open.
that. Yeah. The one, there's a song on here called Porcelain.
That is one of my faves.
Mine
is
too,
so-
Cat.
It is so delicate and just it is like I remember hearing it when I listened to the album the first time and being like, "Wait, what?"
What's this? Because that's not like our normal thing.
It's under funk is what it is.
There you go. It is under funk. And I remember recording that. I remember and I had a different drum set because it was like it has this big like boom shot. And I'm using brushes. It's like that's not my normal thing. And it was like and his guitar sound is and it's it's very delicate in the way Anthony's singing about it, and it's just like it sounds like it's kind of falling apart. Like it's really not what you try to achieve when you make records because they're going to be there forever is capturing the performance of it. And I think we really captured a great, like some better than others, and but that one was like so moving. I remember like thinking, wow, and it's so different for us. Like, you know, we've done quiet songs before, but this one was like this, just really, I don't know, it felt.
Porcelain's a nice surprise. It was like rockin', funky, and then punk rock, and then it's like, whoa, oh wow, okay. It was one that I definitely went back to and listened to over and over. And I was like, okay, this is different, but it works somehow in this mix. But
no, I don't think we've ever played it. I don't think we played.
Well,
it
I think it's probably at the rock shows you're playing now. It's probably not, you know.
Porcelain's not going to go over
at the
down SoFi
moment.
Stadium. But it's like one of my favorite songs on an album.
If there's a drummer out there listening, just starting out, and you know, I know you didn't have formal education in drumming, like you just kind of picked it up and studied the grades, right?
In any kind of education.
But if there's someone out there and is like, well, this is the album, I want to start learning, which song would you pick that technically is probably the best one?
I mean, it depends on what you mean by technically, like.
Well, I mean, a new drummer doesn't know anything, right?
Okay. So a guy starting out, and it'd be an easy one, and most of these are pretty well. I mean, Scar Tissue, pretty straight ahead drumming wise. It's just the feel of the song. Like the most important thing for a musician and then certainly a drummer is to make the music feel good. So you got to be going like this. You got to be going like this. And if people aren't doing that, like I'm not doing my job, you know. And it's not how your chops and look at my fancy lick and how fast or whatever. It's just playing what's right for the music, playing what's right for the song. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like a guy like Ringo Starr was like perfect at that. Like all those Beatles songs feel great. You know, he plays what's right for the music. And often when the songs are simple, if you need to just keep good time and make it feel good, it's not about, hey, look at me. You know, sometimes we like to show off and do stuff, but if I'm a drummer, I want to, like Other Side is, you know, pretty straight ahead.
Okay.
It's like,
I could be a drummer.
You could do that, you know, but again, you just want to serve the music. And sometimes when you're a younger drummer, you want to fit all your stuff in and, hey, you know, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's not really what it calls for, you know. There's a time and place for that, depending on the band. But like our band and a rock band, like the drummer, you know, Flea can play anything and he's so musical, but some songs are busy. He plays a lot of cool shit. And like, so if I'm also doing a lot, it's too much.
Right.
So I have to kind of be the anchor and like, I'm the table and then these guys get to paint on top of it a little bit. So it's just making good decisions and making good musical decisions and what fits the song. But it sometimes takes a while to get there.
Right.
And I'm certainly inappropriate overplayer for years.
Well, all right, just a couple more questions and I'll let you go. And you just mentioned paint. What's up with the painting?
It's just another aspect to express myself in another kind of way. I kind of go through phases of doing different things, and
I know you did a gallery showing in Austin. Are you a while back?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you do anything in LA like that?
I don't know that I don't think that I did. I did one at the Morrison Gallery, but years ago. But I'm gonna do something at the Hard Rock in Miami or outside of Miami, and when we play there in June this summer.
Oh, nice.
I just go and yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I know you said earlier that you don't like looking back, but I mean, here we are looking back on this album that's turned 25.
Yeah. Crazy.
How do you feel? Like, is it weird?
Old?
No, you're not.
How do you feel?
Oh my God.
It just surprises me that it's like 25 years. It seems like it was like 5 years ago or 10 years. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's just, I'm very proud of all of our records, but like you mentioned, Blood Sugar was that was a game changer for us. That really put us on the map, so to speak. And a lot of songs. I think I love that record. It was the first time we worked with Rick, and John and I had been in the band now, and we wrote all the songs together. It was a really fun experience making that record in that kind of haunted house. But having, like I said before, having John back in the group, this is just renewed energy, and it was just. I think for us, when we're prepared and we had lots of songs, and then it's just going in and recording them and getting the best performances you can, it goes pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not other than the Californication thing. Like we didn't write any songs in the studio. We had all this stuff, and when it goes easy like that, that's a good sign for us. When there's no laboring. We don't spend all day on a song. It's like we don't get it in one or two, three times. It's like move on, try another one because today's not the day or whatever. But I remember making this record quickly, and John was really getting into harmonies. He was really starting to sing more in the background vocals on a lot of these that he actually took to the next level on the By the Way album a couple years later. But it's the first. He sang before, but like it was a real sound and a real thing that has become very important in our music. Him and Anthony harmonizing, and just him harmonizing with himself, and he was really into girl groups and the Beach Boys and all. It was like a real influence, and I remember that being a thing. Like, oh wow, this is cool.
It's a fun comeback of that. Like that's a fun comeback. He comes back, and this whole new energy happens, and.
Yeah.
Then this album comes out.
Yeah.
Californication 25. Well done. Well done, Shad Smith. I can't let you go unless I ask you one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
Spinal Tap 2.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know.
Can you say anything?
I might be in it.
We know. It's out there.
Is it? Okay.
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
I did my thing.
You've already filmed it?
Yeah. I don't know if I can really talk. I don't know.
No, I don't want you to get in trouble. I don't
want to get in trouble.
How was the experience?
It was amazing. Fucking Spinal Tap. They're there, and I'm talking, and they're like the thing, and Nigel and Derek.
And are there any
David
cocoons? Are there any cocoons?
Rob Reiner's doing. I don't.
I know you can't tell.
Yeah, they're coming back. Yeah, so. Obviously, this is not telling anything out of school. They have problems holding on to drummers. So they kind of asking me if I would, come on board. And that's a dangerous gig, man.
Look, there's if you know Spinal Tap, right? The drummers blow up. They there's
choke on other
vomit.
people's vomit, not their own. Other people's. Gardening accident. It's just a story. I think they've had like 11 drummers.
I mean, the best way to die as a
value my
drummer
life
is
a
in
little.
Spinal Tap.
What's that?
The best way to die in a band is Spinal Tap, I think.
If you're gonna go, it's probably a good way to go. I don't know, but I got more living to do, so I had to turn them down.
What?
Maybe
You're not in it?
I don't know. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
You're in it. It
Never
was
mind.
in the news.
Nope.
I saw it.
I didn't say that. I'm in the movie. That's as far as maybe I'm not. Maybe my acting. They just wanted me to be me, but like
That is
maybe
so
they're gonna
frustrating.
maybe they're gonna cut me and I'll be on the floor. But I recommended someone else.
Interesting.
Yeah, that I think would be good for the gig, and hopefully he got it. I'm blowing it. I'm so blowing it. You can't use any of this.
I'm still trying to figure out if you're in it or
I'm
not.
so excited though. It's what
I
an honor to
hope
be
so.
in like the greatest.
Absolutely. I mean, that's
Mockumentary.
up there.
I know.
I quote that movie all the time.
Of course, it happens every day. Every any band, it's like something Spinal Tap will happen.
Thrilling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much for sitting through
Pleasure.
this.
Yeah.
Like, what an album and
Oh,
good
thank
things
you.
to come,
Yeah,
right?
I'm proud of it. It's a good.
You should be. It's a monster
It's a
album.
good one. Yeah.
really
I mean,
is.
and to your point, like we still play 25 years later, a lot of these songs live. People connected with it for whatever reason. And yeah, you never know. And it's great when it happens.
Chad Smith. Excellent. Thanks for coming in.